What's up everybody, how's it going? In this video, I want to talk about productivity, why constantly pursuing peak productivity can be a pretty unhealthy thing to do, and what you can do to effectively avoid this unhealthy practice or mindset. Now, if you follow me on LinkedIn or Twitter, you might have seen that a couple days ago I posted about this, and if you don't follow me there, then ask yourself, why don't I follow him on LinkedIn and Twitter? So yes, I posted about this, and in those posts, I basically said that being at the top of your game every single day, day in and day out, is very difficult, if not impossible. After all, the fact that there is even a top of one's game implies that you can be at the middle of your game or even at the bottom of your game, and accepting that you cannot be at the top of your game every single day, or that it's okay not to be at the top of your game every single day, is hard to do as well, but is very liberating. And I want to expand on this in this video by sharing a little bit of what I've been going through lately in the hopes that it'll help you if you're going through this as well. Now, for those of you who've been watching my channel and following me for a while now, you know that I am a very sort of goal-getter type of person. I'm very ambitious. I firmly believe in working hard, outworking the competition, so to speak. I firmly believe that the work you put into something will reap you rewards and it'll allow you to accomplish things. So I'm the perfect candidate for basically, or rather the perfect prey for this unhealthy mindset of constantly pursuing peak productivity. And for the last 4 years, or 4+ years now, that's basically what I've been doing. Ever since I started working as a software engineer at Google, at Facebook, especially back then when I was also juggling having a side business, my current company, Algo Expert. By the way, if you're preparing for your coding interviews or your systems design interviews and you're a software engineer, check out my company, Algo Expert. Go to algoexpert.io and use the promo code CLEM, CLEM, for a discount on the platform. But so ever since then, I've been constantly thinking about how I can maximize every ounce of productivity in my day. How can I get the most out of every single hour? How can I put in the most amount of work and get the most out of this work? How can I keep going forward, keep going up? It's been this obsession almost with productivity. And of course, I'm not going to deny that it's had some good outcomes, some positivity from it. I would definitely attribute a lot of the success that I've had to this mindset, but at the same time, especially lately, it's started to become really unhealthy. Now, why has it become unhealthy? Well, precisely because of what I said in that LinkedIn post or tweet, you cannot be at the top of your game every single day. And so lately, when I've had some days where I haven't been at the top of my game, where I've been kind of feeling unproductive or less productive than other days, I've started to feel really guilty. I've started to feel really bad. I've started to kind of scold myself, so to speak. And so I go to bed feeling like shit just because I was supposedly less productive or not as productive as I could have been. And when that happens once or twice, that's fine, right? But when that starts to happen multiple days in a row, or multiple weeks, that starts to just become an unhealthy mindset. You're going to bed basically unhappy, and you shouldn't be unhappy. It accomplishes nothing to go to bed unhappy or to tear yourself down every single day. Now, what makes this even more tragic or twisted is actually 3 things. First of all, oftentimes your perception of your productivity doesn't necessarily match your actual productivity. So I'll give you an example here that I've had on Algo Expert, and I'm sure that some of you have felt this. Lately, we've been working on a huge project on Algo Expert. I'm very excited to announce it soon. And a lot of my work recently has involved reviewing other people's work, whether it be code reviews or reviewing videos, doing little kind of administrative things that have to be done, but they don't really feel like I'm doing much. And so it makes me feel like I'm unproductive, even though I'm doing stuff that has to be done, and that is the definition of productivity and being productive. I feel like a lot of software engineers fall prey to this when some days they spend a few hours reviewing other people's code. They have to do it, someone's got to do it, that's an important part of the job, but yet it doesn't really feel productive. And so they start to feel terrible, and they blame themselves for not being productive, even though they were productive. Now, the second thing that makes this really tragic is the fact that there's more to life than just work. And wait a second, here, I'm not saying this in a way to encourage you to do things other than work and to enjoy your life and have hobbies and all that. That's one thing. But what I'm saying is, like, life happens, right? You have stuff to do in your life other than work. Like, for example, I have to get a haircut right now. I'm going to go get one after I film this video. And the hour it's going to take me to get that haircut, I might feel like I'm not being productive, but in some sense, I am, because I'm doing something that I have to do, right? And so that's another thing that can add fuel to this already unhealthy mindset where you have to do things that are part of life. You don't feel like they're bringing you closer to your work goals, for example, and so you feel like you're being unproductive and you feel terrible, even though you absolutely should not, because these are things that you just have to do as part of your daily life. And then finally, the third thing that makes this really tragic is the fact that sometimes everything in your life, or at least in the things that you're trying to be productive for, is going well. So as an example, right now for me on Algo Expert, the business as a business is doing great. Financially, from a sales point of view, from a product point of view, we are basically at the best state we've ever been in the entire business's lifespan. And yet, I keep putting myself down for feeling like I'm not being productive and like I'm not pushing it further to where it could be. And it's just really like sad to think that I can't appreciate the positive things that are happening and the accomplishments that we have in the name of productivity. Now, these three things that I just talked about here make this entire thing really tragic, but the truth is, some days you just are objectively less productive than others. Like I said at the beginning, you're not at the top of your game every single day. But the point that I'm trying to make with this video is that ultimately, that is just normal. That is not something that you can control. If you were able to be at the top of your game every single day, then that would not be the top, that would be the middle, that would be the average. And so, since it's something that you can't really control, and sometimes it's not even accurate because of the three things I said before, it's really important to take a step back and to just accept this. And to just accept that you will not be at the top of your game every single day, to stop berating yourself or putting yourself down, even if it's not like this active thing. Like for me, it's not like I go in the mirror and I'm like, Clement, you did not achieve what you wanted to achieve today. No, that's not what I'm talking about, right? It's more just like subconscious thing at the back of my mind that's pulling myself down and that's making me feel bad. But if I just sit back, and this is something that I've been trying to do lately, I will say I don't have it all figured out. It's not like I'm doing perfect these days, but I've been trying to do it. You just sit back and you just accept that, hey, like it is what it is, and tomorrow's another day. Just keep striving to be a better version of yourself, to do better than you did in previous days, but also accept that stuff happens. You're not going to be at the top of your game every single day. And it's actually a pretty liberating feeling. Like, I kid you not, it's a very liberating experience to just be able to accept things and just like not have to respond to them emotionally, not have to feel bad or like overanalyze about things, and just be like, okay, it happened, or today was just a bit of a less productive day, or maybe it was productive and I just didn't really realize it. Tomorrow's another day, and I'm going to move forward from here. So I realized that this was kind of a rant, right? And hopefully you were able to extract some value from what I've been going through, from the lessons that I've tried to pull from it, because I'm sure that a lot of you, whether you're running your own business or whether you're learning how to code and you feel really bad at yourself because you've been stuck all day on a bug and finally it clicks, but you feel like you've wasted 10 hours, well, let me tell you, you haven't wasted 10 hours, right? Those 10 hours were part of the process. And even if you could have avoided spending 10 hours on that bug or on that tutorial if you had known something, well, listen, there's no going back now, right? So just keep looking forward. Don't feel bad about yourself. And just, tomorrow's another day. So hopefully this video provided some value to you. This has certainly been kind of a maturing experience for me. And if you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button. It really helps me out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on LinkedIn and Twitter. You don't want to miss that content there for short form written content. Instagram if you like pictures, and otherwise I will see you in the next video.